Hi, this is going to be my third Slimming World update video. I think in the last one I got up to week 8 and at that point I had lost 11 pounds, and we're now up to week 11, or well week 12, but my 11th like weigh-in. So yes, I want to give you another update on how I've been doing. So I'll kind of go through each week and just briefly say what my weight losses were. So in week 9 I had a £0.5 loss, that took me to 11.5 pounds. Week after that I lost £1.5 pounds, which took me to 13, and then this week I lost £1, so that got me my 14 pounds and my 1 stone award. So I've got a sticker to add to my collection, which I'm quite happy about. So yeah, obviously I'm happy that I've reached my 1 stone goal so far. Still got quite a while to go, but at least, you know, that's another award to tick off. I kind of feel like I could have got there a lot quicker, mainly because, as I said in like the last couple of videos, I've not really properly been 100% with it, and I've still not, you know, the last 3 weeks I've still not done that either. I've pretty much had, you know, like I've still been having the occasional takeaway, I've still, you know, been going out for dinner and having something that's not particularly healthy, and I kind of am struggling to have like that perfect week where I stick to 100% every day. And I know that if I had done that I would have probably got my 1 stone award 2 or 3 weeks ago. But at the same time I'm quite happy that I've had quite a, like well for a start, that I've never had a gain or a maintain. I've had a loss every single week, even though they've been quite small. But I don't know, I kind of think that that's maybe the better way to do it. Like with this sort of slower loss, I feel like I'm more likely to not put it back on again, because it's kind of a steadier weight loss rather than like a dramatic one. But at the same time, I still think I could have done better if I'd been a bit more on it. And there's a couple of things I've been trying to change recently. So I've not been at the gym for probably about 2 weeks now, and I just find it quite hard to like get the motivation to go to the gym. But we have an exercise bike that we've had since we lived in our old flat, and in the old flat it basically stayed in our living room the whole time because we had a really big living room, and it was quite easy to just, you know, come from work and get on the bike and cycle while I was watching TV. At the moment though, we've got a much smaller living room, so the bike stays in our spare room, and it's basically used as a coat hanger at the moment. I hang my jacket on it at the end of every day. But over the last week I've been bringing it into the living room in the evening and doing like a bit of bike while I'm watching TV, and I've kind of wanted to keep doing that because I think that has made a difference this week. Because even though obviously I was only I only needed £1 loss this week to get my 1 stone award, I was trying, like I really wanted to get like a couple of pounds loss in the week. But yeah, I just sort of kept falling off the wagon and wasn't really, again, sticking to it. I had a couple of nights out and things where I was drinking and, you know, eating food that I shouldn't have been. But I think having, you know, doing that bit of exercise as well was probably the thing that helped push me to actually get a loss that week and to get me my award. So yeah, going forward I want to try and keep up the bike and, you know, kind of get a bit more exercise in there, as well as obviously really trying to stick to my sins as much as I can and eat lots of super free and all of that. And actually one thing someone suggested in class this week was that I try the Success Express, which I hadn't actually heard of before. It's in the back of your red and green book in your like welcome pack thing, and I'll be honest, I've never read the red and green book because I pretty much decided right away that I was going to do Extra Easy. I've only ever read that book, and like I feel like I don't actually know what red and green days are, which is a bit, you know, stupid considering that I've been doing it for like nearly 3 months now. I should really know the plan and know what all these things are, but when I hear people in the group talking about like, oh, I had some red days this week, I'm just like, no idea what that means. So what my task really for this week is, I'm going to read the red and green book because I think it might be quite good for me to try having some red days and mixing up with Extra Easy. And also I want to read about what Success Express is. It sounds like well, yeah, it's designed to kind of help you get a bigger loss, and I think it sounds like you're having a lot more super free than normal. So rather than you having like a third of your plate super free, it's about having 2/3 super free. But I need to read into it a bit more and find out exactly what it is. But I'm up for trying that, even if I do a couple of days in a week. doing the Success Express and see if that makes a difference, along with adding more exercise in as well. So that's kind of my goals for the next couple of weeks anyway. And yeah, when I had, so obviously, you know, you get those certificates when you get a goal, and I was looking at the dates on them. So my half stone one I got 2 weeks in to Slimming World, and then the 1 stone one is pretty much exactly 2 months after that. And that kind of like made me really like annoyed with myself, because I was like, it took me 2 weeks to get one goal and it took me 2 months to get the other one. I do not want to have to wait another 2 months to get my next one, which is my 1.5 stone. So yeah, that kind of has sort of spurred me on a little bit to try and do a lot better, because I am kind of still roughly on track. I'm a bit sad. I've made a spreadsheet with you know, that I'm putting my weights in each week, and then the weight that I'd like to be by the end of the year. I kind of worked out, you know, however much I have to lose, just dividing that by the number of weeks, and then showing like roughly what weight I should be every week in order to achieve that goal. I'm kind of roughly still on track with that, maybe a couple of pounds heavier than I should be. But yeah, like I said, I've kind of been doing like a half-arsed version of Slimming World at the moment. I think, yeah, I just really need to give myself a little bit of a push, and I think having like a week where I get a really good loss would help that, because it would, you know, put in my head that like, oh, I worked really hard and therefore I got £3, £4 loss or whatever. So that's why I think doing this Success Express thing should hopefully be quite good for me. So that's what my plan is. Maybe not for this week, but you know, for the coming weeks, I'm going to read about it this week and maybe start it next week, and keeping up with exercise, getting the bike in the living room. Although it does really, really hurt my ass sitting on that bike. On Monday I had the day off and I did like an hour on the bike, not an hour at the same time, I did like half an hour, and then I did 50 minutes and I did another 50 minutes, and like, yeah, just the next day, such a sore ass. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep that up even if it is painful. But yeah, so that's my goals for the next couple of weeks. Like I said last time, if you make videos about Slimming World, then please leave me a link in the comments, because then I'll come back and watch yours, because I'm finding that watching other people's update videos is quite good for keeping motivation going, and you know, seeing how well other people are doing makes me want to make sure that I stick to it. So yeah, please leave me a comment if you're doing the same thing and I will follow you back. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.